Hello everyone, and welcome to today's class. We're going to be doing a CAE, that's the Cambridge Advanced Exam Speaking Practice. Basically what that means is we'll talk about the exam format. It's similar to other exams, and we'll learn some strategies in order to how to talk about photos, how to interact with each other, and learn how to answer those difficult exam questions and situations. And for those of you who don't know me, my name is Teacher Will. I'm from the United States, specifically New Jersey. I live in Barcelona right now, and I love to eat chocolate, go running, and teach English here on Verbling. I also have a Facebook page and Verbling profile. If anyone wants to look at those, if you have any questions, you need information, both of those are in the Verbling chat box. And as soon as we get people in here, we'll get started. And let's see, we got Araceli. How are you doing?
Great. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. It's good to see you again.
Thank you.
Rafa, I feel like it's been forever since we saw each other. What? I can't remember. When was the last time?
2 minutes ago.
2 minutes ago, that's right. And this is my first time actually with, is it Aline?
Yeah, Aline. That's
Aline.
right.
Very cool. Is this your first time on Verbling, or is this just your first time with me?
First time with you, not
All
probably.
right. Very cool. So, does anyone know about the Cambridge Advanced Exam? Does this topic mean anything to anyone?
Yes, actually I'm preparing for that test.
This is the class for you then. So, today we're preparing for the speaking part. Do you know anything about that?
Yes, I took the first certificate last June,
Okay.
and I'll try next year with the CAA. And yes, I think it's quite similar. The first speaking part, maybe the topics are more difficult, but the same dynamics. But I heard they were going to change the kind of exam in 2015, maybe, I'm not sure.
Okay.
So maybe it's not just based on pictures as before, but it was going to base on, I don't know, like a graphic or a plot or something.
Interesting. I'm not sure about those developments. I'll teach today what I know about the exam, which is at least what they did last year. So,
Okay.
First part is going to be, we actually do two things at once. We learn about the exam and we learn about you guys. So the first part of the exam is just basically talking with the interviewer. So the interview begins, the interviewer introduces themselves. So for me, that would be, hello, my name is Will. There will be someone back there watching you. They'll introduce them. And then we just ask you some questions about yourself. So, for example, tell me about where you come from. Do you enjoy studying English? Do you have any hobbies? And we have some tips for you here. So the first one, I think the biggest one, is offer more than the minimum in your public place, etc., etc. Again, same thing. You don't want to just answer yes or no. You want to say, yes, I do. I like studying language, blah, 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 and offer examples. So when you're saying, for example, why are you preparing for the CAE? It's important for my job. My boss advised me to take an English exam. This is something that I can hear and I understand better when you give me a specific, concrete moment. So now I shut up and you guys get to talk. So we'll start first with Rafa. Tell me about where you come from.
I come from Spain. It's a beautiful place, a beautiful country with a lot of people that is easygoing. We enjoy talking at the street, talking with each other, with your neighbor. Normally people are very confident with the others. But right now we are, as everybody knows, in crisis, and we are trying to develop and to improve our financial system. Also, we have a lot of tourists, more than 50,000, 50 millions every year. They arrive here to the beaches and to take sunshine, to the sunshine and sun baths. And beaches are very beautiful with a lot of many bars and pubs surrounding the area. You can enjoy a lot. One of the most precious places, Ibiza. I was there last year, and it's very popular to young people. And that's all for
Very
now.
cool. All right, got a lot of information there. And this is just where are you in Spain again? I always forget.
What?
What part of Spain are you from?
Yeah, I'm from Spain, from Madrid.
Madrid.
Capital.
Okay. Very cool. All right. Very nice. I think that's a great example. Rafa talked about Spain, about heard about tourism, what it looks like, and yeah, I'd say it was a good answer. Araceli. And is it Araceli or Araceli? I forgot.
It is Araceli.
Araceli. Ah. Are you Spanish as well?
Yeah, I come from
okay.
Madrid too. Yes.
All right, so
Same place.
Araceli, tell me about where you come from, and I guess pretend like Rafa never said anything.
Okay, I'll try to say something. Well, I was born in Valencia, which is in the east of Spain, but then I moved to Madrid, and I am living in Madrid. I have been living here for maybe 15 years, so I feel as if I was born here. I don't like the city too much because life here is it's crazy. We are very busy. There is a lot of traffic. And so I try to spend a lot of time outside of the city. I try to go away on my vacation, and I visit my family in the East Coast many times. Also in the East Coast of Spain, we have very nice weather. So that's that and my family are the reasons why I try to spend summers there. But for the reasons of my work, I have to stay here in Madrid from September to June.
All right, very cool. Yeah, great answer. Aline, tell me about where you come from. And welcome, Selma. We're just doing introductions right now.
I'm from Brazil, from northeast of Brazil. The state that I live, it's Pernambuco, and the city, it's the capital from state, is Recife. It's a coast city. We have really beautiful beaches in there. I really enjoy my city because this part, I like beaches and I like to surf too, so I can appreciate both kinds. That's a really good for relax and take some advantage from the city. Has the city, it's a capital for the state. We are a lot of crowd of people, and we have a lot of problems with traffic and violence. This kind of stuff that big cities normally had, but in resume, the city is really great, and especially for tourism, we have a great tourism here. Many people from around the world comes and sometimes stay because they really appreciated the city, the beautiful. It's in the city. It's new like Veneza, like Brazilian Veneza.
Huh.
So yeah, most people have this idea about Recife because for two reasons. First, Mauricio de Nassau, so it's Netherlands. He came to Brazil in the time of colonization, and he built a lot of bridges in the city. So we live. I live in the big island. So we have a lot of pieces of earth, and connected by a lot of bridge. So
Very
that's
cool.
why, yeah, that's why the city it's called like Brasilia Veneza.
I like
So
that.
that's it.
Brazilian Venice. Very nice. Very
Yeah.
informative.
If you're searching in the internet, you saw this Veneza Brasileira, you'll find Recife.
Let's see. Very cool. Thank you for that. And welcome to Preeti and Selma. Preeti, did I say your name correctly?
Yeah, it's right.
Very cool. And Selma, can you hear me? Your microphone's on mute. Oh, now you're good.
Yes, yes, I can hear you. Mhm.
Okay, so Aline, Araceli, and Rafa, what are some tips or good advice you can give for the introduction that you can tell Preeti and Selma about? How do we want to answer a question like, tell me about where you come from?
You can say whatever you want about your country or your personal experience. It's easy to respond. Are you asking for tips? No.
Correct.
Isn't it? Yeah. Because I think it's easy because it's a personal experience and you can say whatever you think. It doesn't matter if anybody agree with you or disagree with you. It's only about your opinion and tell where do you live, what the people looks like, any idea about your country or your situation.
Very good. Aline and Araceli, do you have anything to add to that?
I think that Rafa gives a lot of good advice, but especially if you can give some tip or some new information that almost people didn't know about. For example, I think that everybody have idea that Recife is near like Brasilia Veneza. I think that's it's a kind of information that you can show that you have a good English to explain about the city, not just usual information. You know, my city is beautiful, my city is pretty, my city is big. This kind of stuff.
Very good. Araceli, last hints or tips?
Yes, I think Aline made a really good point because I suppose examiners are bored or hearing the same things all the time. So it's a good idea to find out something interesting, and so you can make a difference. And I don't know about how long should it take you to answer. Obviously, you don't have to say I come from Madrid and that's all.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if it's good. Maybe if we were talking for a long time,
Yeah.
and maybe the examiner will cut us off. And so the question is it a good thing that they say, okay, thank you, stop, or should we self-limit ourselves to maybe 1 minute, two? I don't know.
I don't think there's a perfect time. I think generally you want to aim, I would guess, for like 30 seconds to a minute of speaking. You don't want to be if you're talking for 5 minutes and the speaker has to continuously, it's not bad if they cut you off once or twice, but if they have to keep stopping you, then that's probably a sign that you're talking too much. So give the information, give us some extra stuff, and that's enough. We don't need to have an entire book of information, but it's in moderation. So yeah, we'll go to Selma. Tell me about where you come from. And your microphone's on mute, so we can't hear you.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Can hear you now.
Okay. We come from a province. Its name is Constantine. It's in northern eastern part of Algeria. It's called the City of Bridges. We got like I mean I cannot introduce this city. I mean when you are in Constantine, the city just reveals itself, and you can understand its story from the geographic area. There are just and curves up toward the city. You when you are in the city, you see bridges. They are the bones that hold the cities together. Um, and also there's in
And if you're struggling with a lot, if you're struggling to find more and more things, it's okay. You've given me a lot of, I know about the bridges in your city. It's the city of riches. You don't have to do too much. Just the goal here is not to say, I come from Algeria. You just a little bit more. So that's good. That's good. Don't force it too much. And one thing I forgot to say earlier from Aline, in English, Venice is how you say that. Then it says Portuguese.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem. And then Preeti, tell us about where you come from.
Hi everyone, I'm Preeti. I'm from northern part of India. The city name is Delhi, which is the capital of India. But currently I'm living near Chicago in States. So it has been 6 months I'm living in States. So basically, I want to these 6 months. I really explore states. I visit California and Florida. So uh, these 6 months spent all the time. I keep on thinking comparison between my country and states. So I find it two main points which I would like to share with you all. The first point is here I really find that people are really friendly with each other, and there are a lot of technology we can like this we can chat and have a knowledge online the whole day, and the technology is very advanced. Likewise, whereas in India still people are struggling with small internet connections also, technology is not so advanced. But on the other hand, I really miss the culture and the festivals which we used to enjoy there. Like people there are really traditional. They are very more into their cultural activities. Um, so I really miss my country in that way. But I like living here also, and and try to learn new things from this country, so that when I go back to my country, I can share my thoughts with my friends and family, and they can also improve in a better way. Thank you.
And you don't have to have anything prepared for that, but that's good. We have enough information. And also, the reason I'm asking these questions is because this is the first part of the exam. They say, tell me about where you come from, do you enjoy studying English, hobbies or interests, and why you're preparing for the exam. So now I think because we have 5 people, if I cut you off, don't be offended. It's just I want to make sure everyone gets enough chances to speak. So I'll just go from left to right as I see it on my screen. So Aline, do you enjoy studying English?
At first time, I did it because I'm started to learn English when I'm really young, and when you're young, you don't want to spend time to study one more subject. But when I get in the college, I realized the importance to study in English, and I passed to enjoy it. Uh, Especially because when I started to have more improvement in English, I had more opportunity, not just in college, but in other areas in my specific work. So, for example, in the end of my course, I have opportunity to had a short internship at Texas, and I spent 3 months up
All right,
there.
that's good. Thank you, Aline.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, I'm just doing this because of the numbers in class. So
Okay.
genuinely, that's a good answer. And I want to emphasize, I'm not being like, all right, that's blah blah blah. It's just because of the time restrictions of class right now. So
Okay.
very good, very good. And Araceli, do you enjoy studying English?
Yes, I think I have always enjoyed studying English. I think learning languages is, for me, it's fun because when I was a kid at school, mm, it was funnier to learn English than, for example, history because you can practice your English. I don't know, watching movies, reading, talking with people about subjects you enjoy. So it gives you a lot of opportunities to enjoy, really. It's not like an abstract subject. And also, I think improving my English is really challenging. Because if you are aiming for a really good level, it's going to take you time, but also it's very grateful when you're getting better. And of course, I am studying English for my career opportunities
All right,
to
that's
improve.
good. Thank you,
But
Araceli.
yeah, okay.
I know it's going to continuously be weird. I just want you guys to know it's nothing personal. It's just I want to make sure everyone gets a chance to speak.
No
So,
problem.
Priti, do you enjoy studying English?
Yeah, definitely. I enjoy studying English because now I'm preparing for TOEFL, and though I have studied English in my school also, it was a subject, but we took it just a subject to score marks and nothing else. So, but now I really put emphasis on my speaking and writing English.
Very cool. Rafa, do you enjoy studying English?
Yeah, I'm getting used to talking English almost every day due to babbling, and it's very enjoyable for me to participate in classes and to trying to improve and be more fluent in English. And another thing is interesting for me when I was talking in another language, in Italian or English or other, not my native language, I forget all about my problems and my worries, and I only be concentrate in the second language. And this is so interesting because it's a kind of rest for my mind, and it's a kind of chilling out, relaxing item for me. That's another reason.
Very cool. Thank you. And Selma, do you enjoy studying English?
Uh, years ago, before officially started learning English, I developed like a kind of feel for the language. I was uh, I was continuously exposed to the target language. Like I was watching movies, listening to music. I just let my brain. Uh, my brain allows the knowledge of English flow smoothly. But since the day my mother hired a personal tutor and English became the subject of assessment, things were different, were not the same anymore. They
All right. Thank you very
because
much, Selma.
okay.
I'm going to keep doing it. It's going to keep being weird, I'm telling you. All right, next one. And very good answer. If I stop you or if I say something after stopping you, then that means you need to change something. But right now, I think you guys are doing well. I think maybe the one comment try to find the moderation between yes and no and 10 minutes about yourself. So keep up the good work, though. And Aline, tell me, do you have any hobbies or interests?
My interest instead just read books. This the biology that what I study. That's why I work. So I really enjoy to do my work because it's a subject that I really appreciate to learn more and more. So at moment I studied the behavior of the flies and their interaction with the behavior. So that's the subject that I really like to learn more. That's the topic really interests me. That's what I want to do for the rest of my life.
Very cool. Show some flies, do some interesting stuff. Abatheli, do you have any hobbies or interests?
Well, I don't have any particular hobbies. I enjoy reading and these kind of things. I can tell you that also I enjoy very much going hiking with my family. I like to go to the mountains for a Sunday maybe and enjoy of nature. And this is a way of getting out of the stress of the city too and enjoy with my children.
Very nice, very nice. And Preeti, what about you? Do you have any hobbies or interests?
Yeah, my hobby is dancing, and specifically, there's a dance form in India known as Kathak. So I learned that dance form for 1 year back in India. So I really enjoyed dancing, and I'm looking forward if I could have some opportunity to make that as my career in future. So I would love to do that.
Very cool. And welcome back, Ika Ken. It's good to see you again.
Yes, thank you. Good to see you again.
So we're just doing the first part of the exam, which is talking about ourselves. And basically, we're right now saying you don't want really short answers, you don't want really long answers. We want some details, and everyone's been doing really good this last round about just keeping things, telling us some interesting information, and then leaving it there. So next is, well, you can watch Rafa and Selma, and then I'll ask you. So Rafa, do you have any hobbies or interests?
Yes.
Rafa, your microphone's up.
Yeah, sorry. Yes, I have many hobbies. Seeing movies, reading books, but the most enjoyable for me is to do sports, play tennis almost every day if I can. And right now I'm trying to get my bicycle because things are changing in Madrid. We have a line for bicycles, and I try to enjoy with my bike almost every day to do a ride, to get a ride.
Cool. And welcome to, is that Marcos? I saw, Marco, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right, good to see you. We're just doing the first part of the exam, which is talking about yourself. And as I explained to Ken, and everyone knows this, we're finding the perfect balance right now between you don't want just a yes or no answer and you don't want to be too long. So we're just saying information, adding something new, and then that's it. And everyone's been doing really well with that. So we'll do Selma, Eka Ken, and then you can answer. So we'll move on to Selma. Do you have any hobbies or interests?
Well, yes, I have a lot of hobbies and interests, but my favorite ones are I love cosmetics and I also love eating out. I like to organize, I love cosmetics because I like to organize some public events in which girls from the family meet and we show the new brands of makeup and we learn from online videos how to be always pretty and beautiful in the eyes of guys.
Very cool. And Eka Ken, your turn. Do you have any hobbies or interests?
Yes, I love music and I love swimming. If I have a spare time, I often go to the pool for swimming or listen to music. And I can swim four different strokes, all strokes. And I like all genres of music because I believe every genre of music has its own charm. I just think good music or not so good music for me.
Cool. All right, and let's see who is next. I believe Marco. Do you have any hobbies or interests?
Yes, I love sailing with my yacht. I love going to ski in the winter. And I am very passionate about food. And I like a lot to go to try some new restaurant in my city.
Very cool. All right, everyone, that was very well done. Those answers were all about 30 seconds, and it was perfect. I got to know something about you, I heard an example, and I heard you use the language, which is really why we're doing this exam. And the last question in the introductory part If you're currently studying for an exam, then answer that. If not, imagine, because the final question is, why are you preparing for the advanced or TOEFL exam? So again, if you are studying for an exam, great, tell us honestly. If not, imagine and give us a reason. Or, for example, why you're in this class. So I'm just going to go in left to right as I see on my screen. So we'll start with Ekaken. Why are you preparing for the exam?
Sorry, why? Could you repeat your question?
Why are you preparing for the advanced exam? Or if you're studying for a different exam, why you're studying for the TOEFL exam, or just use whatever exam you're studying for.
Yes, kind of for TOEFL, I need to get a requirement score from American graduate school. That's why I was preparing TOEFL. But talking about this class and this exam, I believe this kind of practice also develop my English skills. It's not necessary now, but I think it's a drill, a good practice to learn to develop my English more.
Very cool. Aline, why are you preparing for the advanced exam?
In my country, we have opportunities of scholarship to make a PhD at United States. But for this, I need to TOEFL, and I need to not high score, but I need the minimum score it's about 18. So that's why I prepare for the TOEFL to have more opportunities, not just my career, but opportunities in my life, and learn more at personal and professional way.
Oh, cool. Araceli, what about you? Why are you preparing for the exam?
Well, I have a goal. I need a C1 certificate, so I could use a TOEFL or CAE, and I decided to take the Cambridge exam. But yes, I need it for my work. I am a teacher, and in Spain there is currently a bilingual schools program, so you get a lot of opportunities if you certificate a high English level to find at school maybe near to your house and have better opportunities.
Very nice. And Marco, what about you? Why are you studying for the exam?
I want to learn an advanced level of English because I have to apply for a graduate program in some big company, so I need the C1 level of the IELTS, and I need to know very well English. So I need to get a very high grade. So I need it.
Very cool. Preeti, why are you studying for the exam?
I'm preparing for TOEFL for two reasons. Firstly, I would like to have a graduate degree from an American university. And secondly, actually, I'm really looking forward to improve my English. So I think this is the best exam for that.
Yeah, very nice. And Rafa, why are you preparing for the exam? Your microphone's on mute. Rafa, are you there? All right, we'll switch to Selma. We'll see if Rafa comes back. Selma, why are you preparing for the exam? And Selma, you're also on mute.
Well, actually, I'm preparing for the exam because it's going to be it's going to decide my life. I mean, in the field of linguistics, I have to know all about the languages and how people learn the language, and they have to compare between the languages. That's why I need a concrete and tangible paper to prove that I can do further research on linguistics.
Very cool. All right, Rafa, are you there? If not, we're going to have to move on. You're still on mute. I don't know if there's connection problems or something. Okay, so I'll move on to the next part. So the next piece, that was very well done on everyone. Perfect. All those around 30 seconds, wonderful. The next part is called long term. That is basically you see pictures and you have to speak about them. And I'm telling you this, it is so weird, it is so strange because you're literally just looking at things and talking, and you never do that in conversation. But it's part of the exam, so we're going to practice it. And I'm going to give you some quick tips, and then we'll have you guys talking in no time. So, big tips here. There's a general theme in these photos, and the easiest thing to do is compare and contrast between the pictures. You don't want to just describe what's in the pictures, you want to make connections between them. It's also nice to have a personal experience at the end. So you might say the two people in the picture look like they're enjoying themselves, but personally I think I would prefer, and then you can fill in whatever you want. So let me put up an example of the pictures. And we'll give each person 1 minute to speak. You get a little more, but because of the numbers we have today, we're going to do just 1 minute a person. And again, you really want to focus on not describing the picture, but answering the questions you have. So, for this first one, the questions we have at the top are, why might the people be feeling like this in these situations, and how long might the feeling last? So again, we want to talk about these questions and compare the pictures. You don't just want to talk about what's in the picture. So, Ikaken, I'll put a minute on the clock, and I'll stop you at the end of that minute. So whenever you're ready, start speaking. Why might the people be feeling like this in these situations, and how long might the feeling last? Go.
Okay, the first picture, I think this seems like a couple of friends and they are enjoying conversation. And so the feeling of them are happy feeling. They enjoy the chat. And second picture, and I mean a right-hand picture, I think the picture is about parents and their kids. And their daughter playing ballet. And maybe the wife and husband are very glad to see how ballet dance. Maybe they are amazed. The feeling of amazing is how their daughter achieved the ballet dance. So, and third picture, it's on the roller coaster, the boy on the roller coaster. So he's almost shouting. So the feeling of this is kind of scary or could be exciting. So he's on a roller coaster.
All right. Thank you very much, Ikaken. And again, this is shorter than you will actually have, but we're just doing this because of the numbers. Very well done on describing how the people are feeling. It's good that you didn't just talk about the pictures, you answered the question. Also make sure you answer both questions. She's happy because he's getting a gift. This happiness will last for, I don't know, 1 second, because after the gift is gone, then she thinks about something else. The happiness might last longer because this turns into a career for their daughter, etc. The important thing is you answer both of these questions. Overall, good start. Aline, we'll give you another set of pictures. What might be difficult for the people to deal in these situations, and how important might it be for them to deal with the situations well? So I'll give you a minute, and your time starts now.
The three photographs described are a difficult situation when they needed to resolve some problems. For example, and the first one, he have a car problem, mechanic problem. In the two photographs, it's in the line waiting for the service, or airport service, or train service. How important do they resolve? Because this kind of problems, it's that happen all the time, and it's really important to be prepared to, for example, waiting in the line to wait in the train, because if you live in a big city, you will confronted with this and frequency. If you have a car, one time you have a mechanical problem, you need to have idea how to get resolved about. So
All right.
that's why I
Thank you,
think
Irene.
it's.
Oh, and I thought that was very well done. If you had more time, I think you would be able to answer more. And I think you talked about both the difficulties and what's important to deal with in these situations. So very well done. And you guys should feel a little like you're going to feel stressed because of the time, and you're going to feel weird, and that's totally okay. You just want to think of that as I'm excited to answer these questions and do well on the exam. So we'll go next to, let's see, who do I have? Araceli. We'll go back to the first picture here. Why might the people be feeling like this in these situations, and how long might the feeling last? So 1 minute, your time starts now.
I can see three different situations here. In the first one, a couple is sharing a special moment. He is giving her a present. In the second one, a young boy is enjoying in a roller coaster. And in the third one, a couple of parents are watching and their young kid who is practicing ballet. I think in the three situations, and depending of what you like, the people must be enjoying very much. But about how long the feeling is going to last, I think the parents' feeling is going to last for a longer time because their daughter is probably going to develop her hobby and make them enjoy a lot, and she's growing up. And for the roller coaster, it's very exciting, but it lasts just a few seconds.
All right, thank you very much, Araceli, and very well done. Again, in the actual exam, you will have more time, but I heard you there talking about both how the people are feeling and how long it might last. You gave specific examples. This is going to be longer. The roller coaster is short. Very well done. Next, we'll do Marco, and we'll go back to this picture. So Marco, what might be difficult for the people to deal with in these situations, and how important might it be for them to deal with the situations well? Your minute starts now.
In the first picture, the girl has to deal with a difficult situation because if she doesn't know about a mechanical problem, she can't deal very well the situation, and for her it's very important to deal with to can go with to her parents. In the second picture, the situation is very difficult because the people could be very anxious because they have to take a train, and for them is very important to keep calm, to not discuss with anybody.
All right, thank you very much, Marco. Again, same thing. I think you did very well. On the exam, you will have more time to answer. It's just because we have a lot of people today. But well done, Marco.
Okay.
We'll go to Priti next. Why might the people be feeling like this in these situations, and how long might the feeling last? Your minute starts now.
I find three kind of situations here, and one kind of situation when you are loving someone and he or she gives you a gift. So this is a kind of very loving, and so it lasts for a quite while longer. In second situation, when you find your kids doing something different, you are first of all, it's very surprising for you, and secondly, you also think what can further they can do in the future. So it also lasts for quite longer, and you start planning yourself. In third, it is a roller coaster, and people find many adventures in their life. So it is just for a shorter period of time when you are enjoying that particular adventure. But later you are relaxed and you're over.
Right, thank you very much, Preeti. And I thought that was very good. You gave us, for each photo, you could hear that. How they're feeling, how long. How they're feeling, how long. And that's the way to get a lot of points. It's like a checklist almost. You want to make sure you get everything, and you did that very well. Rafa, is there any chance we have you back? Your microphone's on mute.
Yes, sorry.
Wonderful. Okay, no problem. So, I'm going to do this picture again. Difficult for the people to deal with in these situations, and how important might it be for them to deal with the situations well? Your minute starts now.
Yeah. These people are trying to get his house or his direction of their jobs, and they are having problems. In the first picture, the guy he's having problems with his car. He's broken down. In the airport, in the second picture, we have problems with the line and also the crowded train in the third picture. For them, it's important to arrive to her destination, but also on the other hand, we can find it's a problem only for hours or minutes to resolve it, and it's not so important to deal with it. It's a kind of situation, an accident that could be resolved in less than 2 hours for them, and it's not an important...
All right, Rafa, thank you very much. And again, same thing as before. You guys will have more time in the exam, and I'm hearing good starts on all of these, so keep up the good work, everyone. And Selma, finish off for us. Why might the people be feeling like this in these situations, and how long might the feeling last? Your minute starts now.
Well, the second and the third pictures, they perfectly illustrate the famous quote of Democritus that says happiness is that it's not in possession and not in gold, but happiness dwells in the soul. For the first picture, I feel suspicious about it. I mean, the guy is giving a gift to the girl, maybe to hide his cheating, and this is not the poor girl is feeling now happy, but after a while when she figures out that he's cheating on her, she will not be happy anymore. And for the second and the third one, they are genuinely happy, and the smile looks very real.
All right, thank you very much, Selma. And you went for the evil angle there. I'm going to be honest, I think that's hilarious. Maybe one piece of advice I might give on the exam is try to keep things like safe. So don't talk about maybe things like politics, religion, or like husbands cheating on their wives. Might not be the best idea. But again, very good start to the answer, and very well done, everyone. The next piece is called partner discussion, or two-way discussion. And basically the way this works is it's the same thing as the picture describing, but you do it with other people. So just want to give you some quick tips, and then we'll practice with everyone. So the biggest one is you are a team. Ask your partner for his or her opinion instead of just stating your own. And use things to connect to them. So it's not just in between really awkward. You say, that's an interesting point. So when you say this, what do you mean by that? Could you explain what you mean by? Again, you're a team, and you want to talk with each other like that well. You can also talk or use expressions to let yourself think. So you say, that's a good question. Well, let me think about that. These are all ways to make the conversation more natural. And again, little things to give indications of where you are in the conversation. Are we in agreement that? So to sum up, so in general, it's these little things that help you talk with each other, have the interviewer understand what's happening in the conversation, and honestly make you sound more like a native speaker. So the way we'll do this is we'll do a group of 3, 2 groups of 2. Group of 3 gets 3 minutes. Each group of 2 gets 2 minutes. In the exam, again, it's longer, but for the numbers here, we're restricted. So we'll start with Ekaken, Aline, and Araceli. You guys will be the first group. Marco and Briti, you'll be the second group. And Rafa and Selma, you guys will be the last group. So I'll put the pictures up on the screen. And then Ekaken, Araceli, and Aline, you guys can start speaking when we get there. So that would be, here we go. All right. So, Ekaken, Araceli, and Aline, what is the positive and negative impact of different aspects of technology on people's lives today? And which kind of technology will be less important in the future? Your 3 minutes starts now.
We can see different technologies here that are involving computers, for example, medical technologies or computers used in cars. I think that kind of technology is going to increase its use in future. What do you think?
Yes,
I, oh,
go ahead.
can you?
Yes, I think it's very interesting pictures. You know, it shows a lot of different technology nowadays available, and I think the things can has a negative aspect and positive aspect. So, how do you think about that, Ari?
Um, has a positive aspect. I can see that the people can be more integrated with the about the news, about each self. For example, we have a lot of technologies that you can improve the health, but in a negative way, we can put the persons are separated, so they not get along together, not talk each other like personal. So I think that's the most negative impact is that separate people to talk each other. So what do you think about this negative point that I mentioned?
I agree with you, but also we can see in the pictures that technology can have a positive aspect by improving security. So it can make us more safe. For example, in the plane or in the buildings, the control makes us feel more secure.
Yeah, that's a yeah interesting point, both of you. And I'd like to mention about second question that what kind of technology will be less important in the future? I think among these, camera probably now camera is survives, but in different shape or different technique, like digital camera. No, maybe this kind of lens is not so important in the future. How do you think about that?
I have to agree with you. I think that's in this actually new shape. It's not a we'll find in the future. Probably the cameras will be integrated with
All
the
right,
cell
thank you very
phones.
much, guys. Aline, Arafeli, and Eken, that was very well done. I heard you talking between each other, asking for opinions, and you were answering the questions. Again, in the actual exam, you will have more time to answer the question, but for this one, we're just doing a shorter version. So now we'll go to this question, and this is going to be for Marco and Priti. So I'll start your 2 minutes after I tell you the questions. Why do people need special qualities to do these different jobs? And which job would be the most rewarding? Your 2 minutes start now.
Hi, Marco.
Hi.
There are a lot of jobs which are showing over here, and it is obviously it is up to the interest of the people, which and their special qualities which they are gifted, so they choose the job. But I think that the computer's picture which is shown there, the computer engineer is that job is quite rewarding. What do you think about this?
I think that you are right, and the most rewarding job is what you mentioned. But I think also that for every job, for every of this job, these people has to have the special qualities. But and what you think is the most difficult job?
Yes, I do agree with you that people who are really qualified that only can go for this kind of job. But like in dancing, in music, or photography, people who are generally having their innate qualities or their innate interest in it, they only choose these kind of jobs. But they are quite interesting to watch, isn't it?
Yes, it is. And I think also that also have a good preparation for some of this job like photography or playing music or dancing. The people has to have a natural talent. Do you think so?
Yes, of course, because I also seen a lot of talent shows going on in the media, in the television, and they are quite rewarding. I think it's very encouraging for these talents.
All right, Marco and Priti, thank you very much. Well done. The one thing, yeah, no, honestly, it's you guys will have much more time in the exam, and I heard you start answering that second question more towards the end. So I think everyone with more time will be able to fully answer the question, but I think you did very well there. And last, Rafa and Selma, are you there?
Yep.
I hear Rafa. Selma, you're on mute. I hear perfect. All right, so we'll go back to this one right here, and let's see. What is the positive and negative impact of different aspects of technology on people's lives today, and which kind of technology will be less important in the future? Your 2 minutes starts now.
In my opinion, any kind of develop of technology could be interesting in the future. We are assisting to new research, new develop in every field, in technology, entertainment, housing, electromedicine, cars, security, planes, and I think everything is good for the development of the humankind. What do you think about my opinion, Selma?
Well,
Do you agree?
well, yeah, definitely in the right direction. But for me, sometimes I think technology maybe it facilitated our life and it gave us a better luxuries. But it it hampers people from it hampers people from interaction within each others instead of taking care, for instance, of your mother or father. You just have to send him an SMS or give him a call to check him out. And another negative effect of technology is that children, they are addicted to online games. Their performance usually decrease at school, and also there are some social network which cause a lot of problems to couples, like divorce. But
All
still,
right, Selma, Rafa, thank you guys very much. Okay, so everyone can relax now. The worst part of it is over. Just some closing comments. First thing is how you can reach me. If you have any questions, I have Verbling and Facebook profiles. You can see more classes on there. Those are in the Verbling chat box. On the actual exam, there is another part after this where this interviewer discusses with you. So we didn't get time for that today because of the numbers, but biggest, most important thing is thank you guys. That was really good to hear all you guys develop there, and I think you guys genuinely did a good job. So I look forward to seeing you again in the future in class. All right?
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Take
you.
care, everyone.
Thank you so
Bye.
much.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.